Hey, so we're going to talk a little bit about today are what are some of the advantages to higher interest rates? What are you seeing right now, Scott?
It's a good question. A lot of people just think the sky is falling when interest rates go up, but what happens is there are these little pockets where you can benefit instead of thinking the glass is half full or half empty. In some cases, it's half full because of the advantages that get created in a situation like this. The area I'm seeing that one of the biggest advantages right now is under in new construction. So what's happening is a lot of people contracted to buy these homes back when rates were low. And of course, they just barely qualified even back when rates were in the threes. And yeah, we're going to buy this house, have it built, it'll take a year. And now, a year later, interest rates are so much higher than where they originally started that they're backing out. In fact, D.R. Horton, the country's largest home builder, reported that 24% of their contracts fell out of contract between April and June of this year. That means one out of four people who had decided that they were going to buy a home or under contract backed out and said, "Hey, I can't afford this house anymore. Rates have gone up too high. I can't buy it." So what happens then is the builders have all of this inventory that's available that they didn't anticipate, and they don't want to get stuck holding it. Like in 2008, builders took a beating, right? All this inventory going into foreclosure, you lose your project. They just want to unload this stuff. So we're seeing some really good deals out there. What are you seeing, Zach, as far as boots on the ground with clients that you've been working with lately?
Best one we saw was probably on the border of Eagle Mountain and Saratoga Springs. We had a builder out there. Our client went under contract for it for 440. So 4 bedroom, 3 bath. It'd make a great rental. Um, and she ended up having the appraisal come back at 486. So there was $46,000 of supposed equity in this specific one. Now we're seeing this on quite a few though, not 46,000 granted, but I'd say on average right now, any appraisals that are coming back, we're usually seeing anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 of equity, just because of how hot the market was, the last 6 months. And so, with that being the case, I still think there's some good deals, to be able to find from these builders.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I'm thinking about a young family we were just working with. And about 2 weeks before closing, the builder really got nervous that these guys were going to bail and just not buy this house. And he came in and offered an extra $14,000 of concessions to lower the price, cover their closing costs, pay to buy the interest rate down. He just didn't want to have to go find another buyer. So he made it as sweet as he could for these kids just right before the closing. And you can see from a builder's perspective what they're willing to do to get rid of this inventory because they don't want to get stuck with it.
Makes total sense.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that's important to say also is it's historically a fact that the builders try to have a buddy, a mortgage guy in the business with them. Like, hey, use my buddy and I'll give you $1,500 off, or I'll give you an upgrade to granite countertops or a free garage door opener. Who knows what they're going to give you? But there's all kinds of things they try to do. And we've been a really good sounding board for a lot of people because folks will just come to us and say, "Hey, my builder said I should use this guy, but like, should I really?" And we just round up the numbers. We'll get the numbers from the builder's lender, put our numbers, put them in a spreadsheet, line them up side by side so people can see. And what's interesting is like 80% of the time we end up doing those loans for people because the package that we have is actually better than what the builder's lender can put together. Now, sometimes that's not the case. Like I said, maybe 20% of the time they're offering such a good deal that we say, "Hey, run over there and let's get that loan because that's a really good deal." But then even then, sometimes I had a really close friend recently that it was about $3,500 better to use the builder's lender. So I said, "Hey, run over there, get that. Let's capture all the benefit we possibly can by using that lender." And then like 45 days later, she called me and said, okay, they're talking about locking now. And I just about went through the roof. I said, you got to be kidding me. Rates were like 3 point something when you and I were talking 45 days ago. Now they're a full percent higher. Are you telling me they didn't lock you? No, no, they didn't. They're just barely talking about locking now. So we sat down and reran the numbers. And I said, do you realize this guy cost you $10,500 because he wasn't paying attention? So
Oh,
just because the
that
builder,
hurts.
I know, it's crazy. It was really painful because I wish I had just said, stay here with me. We're worth an extra $3,500. But I wanted her to get every single penny she could, right? It just makes
Right.
sense. That's how we operate with our clients and our friends. But in the end, man, you got to be careful because just because they're hanging a carrot out there does not mean they're going to actually take care of you all the way to the end and save you the money that you think they're going to save you. So yeah, that's worth putting out there that we do a lot of analysis with clients and we're just really straight up and honest about this kind of stuff. If we can beat it and if our new construction package is better, by all means, let's do it because we're going to get you across the finish line. But if someone else's is so amazing that it's going to save you a bunch of money, we're just going to tell you and help you get right over there and get it locked so you can actually make the
And help it get
money.
locked on the correct day.
Exactly.
That's good.
Bill, any other thoughts on the whole idea of saving money with new construction right now? If clients are interested, where's the best place to start?
Well, best place to start is going to be just getting pre-approved and just connecting, and we can, start running some basic numbers, basic payments, just to make sure it's, a good fit and that it's something worth pursuing. So,
All right, and then it's we can even help people get connected with different builders that we know of and the agents that work with those builders, so that if they want to see, hey, what kind of deals are there out there, we can help you guys get connected with the right agents and the right builders to see what's available. So, all right, there you go. There's your tip for the week. Have a good one. Take care.